Welcome to Slow and Steady, the podcast where you get to follow along as we build products in public. Each week, we'll give you an honest peek into our lives as we share our struggles, our wins, and everything in between. I'm Brian. I'm in Twin Mountain, New Hampshire, and I am feeling hopeful.
And I'm Benedikt. Today is July 6th, and I'm feeling, a little bit exhausted, to be honest. This is episode number 98, and Benedicte is hopefully joining later in the episode. She's running a little bit late.
Yes. Just every episode is an adventure these days, and she got a tiny little fender bender. So she's running a little bit late. So hopefully she'll join us soon and can tell us everything that's going on in her world.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what's going on in your world?
Oh boy, let's see. So yeah, the last week when we tried to record, I mean, internet at that campground, I mean, everybody was having trouble with it because the campground Wi-Fi was non-existent and none of the cell providers, signals were working. I've got 3 to choose from, and oh man, it was just a struggle. And I just kind of got to a breaking point there, just like, this lifestyle just isn't for me. I totally get it. I see the value. We see all kinds of glimmers of hope, et cetera, et cetera. And I get it, but it's not for me. I don't like having to every, 7 to 10 days, just like solve the same problems in a similar but different way over and over and over again. So I just kind of hit a point there. I was just totally deflated. And still, honestly, still am. I mean, this has been a struggle for me. But so now we are in this great place in New Hampshire. Just thankfully for the literally the first time we had a move from one campground to the next that had no events and no issues. And so that was just really
that's merciful. A good sign.
Yeah, that was awesome. Got here, pulled in, got set up, all good. It was a welcome relief. There's a river right behind us. I think it's pronounced the Amanuset River. And I've just been catching fish like crazy. It's just been so good. Is exactly what I needed. Just in terms of,
it sounds like it.
Yeah, in terms of being able to be like, okay, this is at least in part why we're doing this, just restful and fun experiences, exposing the kids to, all sorts of different experiences in history, culture, etc. Which is, to a degree, given me the ability to have a couple of, semi-normal work days. I was able to share the progress on the Job to Be Done app with one of my clients. They had some immediate, positive feedback and some immediate, hey, could this doesn't work super great. Could you do this? Or this is a little fiddly. Could you fix this? And so some of them I'm still working on. Some of them I've already been able to fix and send back out. So that just feels like, good momentum in the right direction. Yes. So I've got I've got some ideas on what I want to do there. But still feels slow, but I'm just reminding myself, make a couple hours of progress every single day. Don't even make 30 minutes of progress every day. But just keep it moving in the right direction. So I'm really hopeful to be able to get, a publicly viewable and demoable version of this, out really quick. There's basically one already at that URL I shared a while back here, quantified job to be done.herokuapp something like that. It's in a show note a couple shows back. Um, but I've got a real domain and better UI and all that. So hopefully I'll be able to share that really soon. Get a couple more previous clients up and running on it, and start to really flesh it out, and see, where the good where the good parts are. Um, yeah, so that's the big update there on the job product side of things. Um, yeah, just trying to figure it out. I'll say one thing that has been really great about this particular leg is that originally we were going to be here for 5 days, and then we were going to go to Vermont for 5 days. But as soon as
Hmm.
we got here, we talked to the campground here to see if we could stay for, cancel that Vermont reservation, just stay here for an extra 5. They were able to move some stuff around. And so we were able to change this from a 5-day stay to a 10-day stay. And we're just cutting Vermont out of the trip entirely. And so then instead of leaving today, we leave Saturday and we're going down to Salem, Massachusetts, where we'll be for about a week. So
Nice.
it
Yeah.
it's a good call.
How many of your campgrounds are already booked in advance?
All of them. Like that's the challenge, is because the feedback I keep getting, like, and I fully agree, is, hey, slow down and take longer stays. Like, yes, completely agree. It is summer in the United States, in the crowded East Coast, like, and we're in a 41-foot trailer. Um, Reservations are extremely difficult to come by. It's not as
Hmm.
it's just truly not as simple as cancel this and extend that.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's the challenge. We got lucky on this one because the guy was able to just work with us, and move some stuff around. And so I think we're just going to take it on a case by case basis as we keep hopping forward. And Laura has already, she has been able to, you know, to change a few that are a month to out in the future, but it's it's not as cut and dried and simple as, hey, just cancel this and extend that.
Yeah.
Reservations are
Yeah.
hard. Reservations are really
Yeah.
hard right
Makes
now.
sense. Well, anyways, sounds like things are at least improving a little bit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
got to this campground without breaking anything. That's
Yeah.
that's the new thing, right?
Yes. That is a new thing. Um, the other one really cool. The first place we stayed at in Maine, our neighbors were extremely cool. They've been doing this for like about a year, maybe a year and some months, and they were just really encouraging, helped us out, like, just really, really cool. And then it turns out that they're like a mile and a half away from us right now, just randomly. And so we spent July 4th with them. We went to some little fireworks show at a town 15 minutes away, with them. That was awesome. That was on, like, back last Friday or Saturday. And then on July 4th itself, we went over there and cooked out and hung out. And that was really cool and encouraging. And um, yeah, but the way that I'm still, I think the way that I kind of described it to Laura is, uh, yes, I definitely see, like, I'm hopeful that we can truly enjoy the next 6 months. I remain convinced that I've seen enough that 14 months of this is not for me. Um, so I don't know. I may have come to that conclusion too soon, but I feel like both of those things can be true. Like, I really
Yeah.
like this. I love visiting different campgrounds, et cetera, in the right doses. And this is not the lifestyle for me. So
Mm.
that's kind of what I'm trying to navigate right now, is
can you cut it short? Like if you decide like 6 months
Yeah,
is
I mean,
enough? Like,
sure,
is there an
yeah, like,
option to do this?
well, I mean, not easily. Like we would need to do one of two things: is find a rental, back somewhere, near Boulder County, um, that's that's not worse than continuing to, explore the West. Uh, or try to see if we can come to some agreement with the renters to, to just cut the lease short, and
Yeah,
that'll
yeah,
just be entirely in their hands, because everything we will say is like, we signed the lease, we fully intend to honor it. You're in that house until July of 2022 if that is what you want and need done. If there's
yeah,
anything at all that we could do, to negotiate that and move it forward, then great. So, I mean, that's kind of the answer: is could we cut it short? Sure, everything is on the table, but will we
yeah,
be able to, is a different question. So
yeah. Well, it's been a month now, right?
five
Like
weeks,
five
five
weeks.
weeks,
Yeah.
yeah, 5 weeks and a few days. So
I mean, maybe things still grow on you, and like
yeah.
at some point you've probably seen the worst of it. So
Yes,
or
maybe,
maybe you see
maybe
have
like,
seen enough things or dealt with enough problems that it's easier. Like
mm-hmm. Yeah,
your
potentially,
way around,
sure.
like how to get the best Wi-Fi reception, and
Yeah,
how to change every
yeah,
single tire on your trailer
yes,
or something like that.
right. Yeah, no doubt. And that's, I mean, I'm really just trying to take it one day and one week at a time, um, and remain hopeful that we're already having amazing experiences, creating all these great memories. All of that is true, um, and that doesn't mean that we have to or should do this for 14 total months. You know.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just grateful for this place. I really love New Hampshire. Oh my gosh, it's amazing, and we haven't even had great weather. Like, the weather everybody is saying is garbage, and we've still had an amazing time here. So I'm in love with the North Country, as they call it.
Hmm.
But
It's like I've read everywhere there's a big heat wave basically all over North America. Do you
mm-hmm.
feel anything of that or?
We did in Maine big time. It was
Hmm.
really uncomfortable, especially for us. We're so accustomed to, the dry air in Colorado,
Hmm.
and so to be out here with
Yeah.
heat and humidity, I mean, it's just like the old cliche, but it's so true. So it was pretty uncomfortable. Made a few hikes less pleasant than they could have been, but it's still a beautiful place to be.
Yeah. Just checking out pictures looks really nice. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think I'd enjoy that as
yeah,
well.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
some really gorgeous locations we've been able to get to. So, yeah.
Nice.
So I'm gonna knock out a couple of hours of work here, and probably just on the Jobs to be Done app, and then I don't know, I may hop down to the river for an hour or two and get some fishing in and take some deep breaths, and just continue to keep things moving. How about you?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Had a bit of a slow week last week, at
Mm-hmm.
least. I don't know. I mean, so much happened last week, but work-wise, it felt I didn't get a lot of stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Jane was on a workation, basically, like away in a hotel, doing some vacation type stuff, but also getting some work in. But it mostly meant that I was like manning the
Oh,
support
support.
desk alone
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But that wasn't too bad. It was okay. But it kind of got me a little bit distracted. Um, the good news is I deployed the double opt-in feature.
Hey.
It took me until earlier today but I was able to add some more tests, like evaluate that hopefully this doesn't break anything. And it's rolled out right now, and so far it looks like it didn't break anything. But I mean, we'll see. Like my worst nightmare was like I deploy this and suddenly we start sending out double opt-in emails to everyone, or
Everybody, yeah.
people don't show up in the UI anymore and stuff like that. But so far it looks like none of that happened. So
deployed for everybody or for a batch?
It's deployed and it's still behind the feature flag. But I mean, it's still the same code base. So in theory, even if it's behind the feature flag, it could still affect other people, especially as it's one of those, as I said, like core features that basically touch everything, and there's
all of it.
Like everyone's using this, even if they don't know about it, in a way. So that's always the stuff that scares me a little bit. But yeah, I got that one done. The other good news is that we finally have a kitchen at home. Like it's been 6 weeks since we moved into this new place, and we had no kitchen for almost all of it. And it almost didn't happen. Like it was supposed to be installed last Thursday. And on Wednesday evening, we get a call that like one of the guys who were supposed to come and set it up, like had a family emergency and had to leave and wasn't coming. And that was kind of, we were like, oh no.
That's depressing.
And then a previous email that,
go ahead. Sorry.
In a previous email that week, they were like, please make sure like that everything's ready and they can actually do the work, because if you have to reschedule, it will take at least 4 to 6 weeks to get a new appointment. So we were like, oh no. But luckily, they somehow managed to find someone who was willing to do it on a Saturday, and so we got a kitchen installed on Saturday, and this is like an entirely new place now.
Yeah, right. You can do dishes.
Have
hot meals at home.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, something like that. We had a tabletop induction plate that we were able to use. At least we could like heat some water and like get some pasta and stuff like that. But that's about it. I mean, there was nothing else. And to do the dishes, we had like a small tub that we just like we had to go to the bathroom and like fill the tub and carry it around, and it was just a mess. So now we have a sink and water in the kitchen that we can actually use, and we have a dishwasher. I never appreciated those things as much as I'm appreciating them after these 6 weeks. So big relief.
Man, tell you what, Benedikt, for a couple of guys who work on the internet, we sure are living as if it's the 1960s in our residences.
Yep. I'm sure like your kitchen was better than mine.
It did have running water and gas. So yeah, I would say so. But now you've got a dishwasher. You've got me beat. You've leapfrogged me.
Yes. Anyways, well, that it was a relief, and just like I think
it's a mental load to take.
Like it shifted my mindset a little bit in terms of previously I wasn't quite happy with this place in general. Everything felt like a makeshift solution, and just like having this kitchen in there changed that a little bit in terms of now at least getting something to eat isn't a big struggle anymore. So
yes, totally.
Major improvement.
Totally. Well, I saw you've been dipping your toe into some live stream stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I think it was a Saturday while I was watching the guys set up the kitchen. I decided, hey, I should probably just do this live stream thing. I've been thinking about this for a while. I tried to do it in the past, like I think I did 2 or 3 live streams just like randomly. But I decided I should probably give this another go and like get a little bit more serious about this. And I decided to just schedule something on, and then I decided on Thursdays at 4 p.m. CST,
Great.
CEST. So, yeah, not sure what that is in other time zones right now, but I decided to just set a time and date and then get going. And the first one would probably suck, and the second one probably not as much, and the third one maybe will start to be any good, like maybe people get some value from it. But
Yeah.
if I keep like just thinking about it and like considering it, nothing will happen. And I've like this, I kind of forced myself to do it.
It's awesome. Just go for it.
It's too bad that Benedicte isn't here, because I feel like I'm kind of just stealing everything she's doing.
She has paved the way.
She kind of has, yeah.
Good resource
we'll
there,
see.
Yeah. So what will you be working on? And like, I guess you'll probably kind of be figuring that out as you go as well, but do you have some idea as to what the live streams will be structured around?
So I think the only things I settled on that it will be on YouTube, not on Twitch. It will probably involve me writing code, at least for the most part. I'll probably not work on like user list core, like deep core, because I feel like this is probably a little bit too confidential. I don't know. Like, I don't want to steal it. Like, I don't want to show people all of our deep core code.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I figured it would still, like in the past, like all the live streams I did were basically just like auxiliary stuff, like working on the JavaScript library or like improving the PHP library and stuff like that. And that felt like a little bit of too detached in a way.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about like, we'll probably be working on the user list application, but like in stuff like that's more like, not the core,
like a supporting
I guess.
feature, integrations.
Yeah,
like
supporting feature, something like that. Yeah, integrations is one of those things where we are probably going to do more later this year. So I'm thinking about like, just building those integrations on air and then using some like other service providers API and like tying those two together. And I think that might be interesting because for one, it's a little bit user list related, but it's also using other APIs, and it might even like maybe it's a co-marketing opportunity. I don't want to get my hopes up just yet, but maybe some other service providers or applications would like to see like their APIs featured on YouTube a little bit more. So that's stuff I'm thinking about. The other thing I'm probably going to do is maybe have some guests over from time to time to do some pair programming on certain things.
Yeah.
Maybe the next performance issue, try to tackle that on the stream, because I feel like that happens often enough and it's kind of interesting in the detective story kind of way.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, so many people like struggle with that. You know, that's like one of those abstract problems.
Yeah.
That everybody is going to have to solve at some point. It seems like.
Yeah. So that might be interesting. And then, probably also stuff like improving the website, maybe improving stuff in the UI, things like that. So that's the plan for now. But I'm very much open to suggestions. So if anyone has anything that they want to see or see me do or see me fail at, then I'm open to hear about it. Yeah. I guess that's about it. That's the most important stuff that happened.
So this Thursday will be?
Yes, this Thursday will be the first one. So
okay, all right, 4 p.m.
And then hopefully
time. That's like Thursday morning across the United States. So that's really cool.
Like I think if you're like in Vancouver or something, it's like 7 a.m. or so. It's probably a little bit too early for some people, but I mean, if I do it later, then it's getting very late over here, and I'm too tired to actually focus on anything. So
yeah, cool. Well, I'm gonna set my. Kind of curious what I'm doing Thursday now, so I'm gonna add that to my calendar.
But the recordings will hopefully be on YouTube as well. I don't plan on deleting them, so it should be good.
There's still, I think what's cool, I mean, there's something fun about the real-time live thing that just makes it different. Like,
yeah. And it does involve editing. That's just great.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, anything else? Looks like Benedicte is still sorting out her fender bender over there. One of these days, we will have 3 co-hosts on this show again.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all I've got, man. I hope to be able to share something on Twitter, before our next recording. Hey, go check this out. Log in with this demo. Log in. I really want to get it to that point. So kind of want to commit to that and just say, be on the lookout for it, and we'll talk next week. And I'll look forward to seeing you on YouTube.
Yeah, let's hope that works out. Well done. Talk to you next week.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.